Redemption BTS Mmoatia.
So I'm here with Adu-Boafo Jnr. to discuss about spirituality. I will give him the chance to
Redemption BTS Mmoatia.
So I'm here with Adu-Boafo Jnr. to discuss about spirituality. I will give him the chance to give us a brief intro about himself. So who is Adu-Boafo Jnr.?
I'm just a human being. I think differently. I'm an open-minded person. I'm not a religious person at all. I don't go to church. I don't do church issues. I love everybody. You can be gay, you can be lesbian, you can be whatever it is. As long as whatever you do doesn't harm me, harm society or any of our neighbors, I'm cool with you. I'm open-minded. That's all. That's me.
So we are here to talk about dwarfs in general. So can you tell us more about dwarfs?
Yes and no. Yes, I can tell you a bit of life of dwarfs, okay, but not more. I can't tell you more, but later I can tell you. And before we continue, let's pray that God give us understanding for every viewer or every listener to understand our teachings. So, when we talk about dwarfs, we are dealing with energies you can't physically see with your eyes. Can you see air?
No.
But you can only feel it. So we are dealing with dwarfs energy. Now, dwarf is not what the Malams or the fetish priests or the pastors or the prophet have been saying on radio. That's not dwarf. That they are short. That description they give in movies and so those are not dwarfs. Okay. Dwarfs are, if you talk about dwarfs are a broad topic. I don't know which part you want to know about dwarfs, because dwarfs are many. They do different things. They are not of the same height. Some of them are very short, very short. Some of them are tall, some of them are very taller, some of them are giants, some are yellow, some are black. Different colors, depending on what you want or what you're looking for. And the whole thing is you have to knock and you'll be open. You have to ask and it shall be given. So depending on what you're asking for or what you're knocking for.
And what you are seeking.
What you're seeking, yes.
Okay. So in terms of spirits or energy, we classify them in air, water, fire and earth. So where can we classify the energy of dwarf?
Dwarf, you can't classify energy of dwarf at a fixed place. Do you know why?
Tell us.
Air is not at one fixed place. Are you not breathing inside here? When you go to my bedroom, won't you breathe?
Yeah.
When you go to my diner, won't you breathe? Anywhere air can pass through, dwarf can pass through those places. Okay.
So in essence, dwarfs can be categorized as air forms of spirits.
Yeah, and they draw everywhere air passes through, or there are breaths. The example, when you go to the force, being a booty force or any other force, dwarfs draw very well there. Some of them grow even up to 100 years there. When you go to the forest, we have virgin forest, we have evil forest, we have healing forest or the green forest. Different type. If you go there, there are different dwarfs in those forests, and they all perform different assignments or duties. Okay, some of these dwarfs we are talking about are Christians, and they refer to human beings as artificial Christians. Some of them are not Christians; they are Rastafarians. That's why you see people connecting to them with the dreadlocks and other stuff.
Okay. So you mean in the spirit world or in the or within the dwarf realm, we have some Christians, we have some Muslims, we have some
There are dwarfs that believe God will come and judge this world again. There are dwarfs that believe in Yeshua. There are dwarfs that don't believe in any God or any prophet or anything. There are dwarfs that are strictly working for Satan, especially the red and the black ones. And there are dwarfs that are merciful, kind. There are dwarfs that are farmers. There are dwarfs that are traditional healers or herbalists. There are dwarfs that are musicians. They can write music for you. They can even come and dream you a good song, and the song will become a hit song. Dwarfs are plenty, and they perform different songs. Some of them are healers, and those healers are some of the spirit that most of the churches use it. Almost 80% of the churches. That's what they use. And when you use the word in the name of God, you are not calling God. You are calling something in the name of God, and it can happen there.
Wow. So you made mention of dwarfs also believe in God, believe in Yeshua, believe in. I mean, I thought believe is something for humans who have limited knowledge. They also believe things.
In the spiritual realm, you need to believe for everything to be possible for you. If you don't believe, it's not possible. This is why when somebody wants to heal you, the person asks you, do you believe you can be well? Do you believe? If your belief is not part of the faith, it's not work for you. There are people who have faith, but the faith is dead because they don't believe in what faith they have. In herbalism, there is something called devotee. Anybody they refer to as devotee is somebody who have time fully, who devoted himself or devote his time to worship whatever they are worshiping. Being a physical, spiritual, being invisible or invisible, being it seen or unseen. So when you go to bed, you see people around their herbal pots, putting their forehead on the blocks, looking at the sun or the moon, chanting in the afternoon, chanting in the night, cleansing people with broom. Yes, believe. Now, you believe in heaven and hell. That's why maybe you may not believe, but the word somehow population, a majority of the population believe in heaven and earth, right?
Yeah.
So what are they doing? Believing. You believe if you die, you go and see some creator who created heaven and earth, right? Believe. You believe when you die, you go to cemetery, there's another way you get up and get life again through reincarnation, right? It's believe. You believe when you go to church, you can speak to God, right? Believe. You believe when you pray, you close your eyes, you encounter God, right? Believe. Everything on this earth boys have to believe. You believe. This is your laptop, and when you brought the laptop, it was in your bag. But you believe when you bring it out and open it and you press the start, it will be on. And when you press it, you started typing on it. So if you never had the belief here can turn it on, you didn't have press here. Just your phone, right?
Yeah.
When you have a call, there is a place you slide and you respond to the call. You can slide it off when you don't want the call. And everything is about belief. Belief work in physical realm. Belief work in the spiritual realm. Before a spirit can configure, transform, change from a spirit to a human being to come and confuse human beings here, the spirit needs first of all need to believe. Let me tell you a secret here. Let's divert the dwarf and let me tell you a secret. Let me share a secret with you. And let this one come in it so that others listen to us can learn. The greatest secret in herbalism, do you know it?
You tell us.
Okay. People think if you're a herbalist, the greatest secret is juju or maybe some bosumbi or some manuata or maybe some Satan. No, the greatest secret is chameleon. Now, who created chameleon? Me.
God.
Yeah, God. Now, if you are a herbalist and you don't believe in the rituals of the chameleon, when you're in trouble in the forest, you can't turn into anything and escape. But if you go to the Christian Bible, King David says something. My soul has fled from the net of a fowler. Me cry Johnny, son of my free for the soul for feeding. David no man. David was never a bird. He was a human being. But other than a cry Johnny, son of my free for the soul for feeding. Believe.
So I have a bit of issue when it comes to belief, because belief in Africa in general hasn't been something good for us, because we just believe in everything.
Yeah,
and then people take advantage of that. And I was thinking, if we could move from the era of belief to the era of seeking knowledge with fact. Now, if you are telling me in the spiritual realm it's also about belief, does that mean if I believe that there is heaven and hell, that it will manifest? Or if there's no heaven and hell, but I believe that, what happens? Because it's like you need to believe, and then what you believe will manifest for you as an individual.
What can keep Bible or say if you said your page and anything, the kind GD said, oh, you get it? If I say the page and anything, the kind GD said. People who come on Sundays to NABJ Meditation Center on Sunday. Do you think they come in to take selfie pictures?
No.
They come in to see my face. There is a belief that no, this one is a extraordinary person, this one is not a normal breed. When we go to him in his house there is something he will do there that will better our life. We have not yet seen it. See, things that you see before believing them are not things you can describe as believable things. They are things you have seen already. So, Diana Mebopada, is this something unbelievable to you? It's normal. You have seen it several times. So, big guy, no, Sunday and this random one. Hey, unbelievable. And there you can't even believe because you don't expect it to happen. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, things that you believe are things that you expect to happen. Obi to Kusuya Bofo, or one to any that. Antoine and Adam for Facebook, Antoine follow me on Twitter. But the question about for my son Antoine May. You say, mammy, question about buying. When you give her forecasted bread back on the Guswa, and you can afford one. Now tell me, what has the person done? The person believing in something, call something, and that belief, the strength of faith behind it, make it work.
Wow.
So be timid and see you go from Kusia Bosso, Shina Bosso, the Buddha Mewa. I offer to my fee or more police in Chow on Poison. Kusia National to the blue for my wua. Now, you need to believe in spiritual things, believe in spirit, believe in things around you for things to work for you.
So, in this sense, the person who is going to curse someone with an egg and snap, I think might have had an experience or knows that this is what happens when somebody does it. So he knows ahead of time. Okay, so with this one, you can see that in the Bible, most of the prophets, they doubt from the first instance.
No, they doubt their first call.
Yes.
Example, Samuel. Or say, before limited said, maybe frame. A one or say, baby. Or some baby was, men fail. Never was to say, Nene Fro be more. I fed Buana say, Amura, Casa. Now, now, what it means in itself, Spirit of God has never changed. It's the same from the Tiberian permanent. Now, go on that's what's sunny. The most that's what's sunny. The big catcher says not as through an amendment in the Bible. Watch it up. Then, we know how people hear the word, the direction, who even coach them. That's the problem. Some of them are lucky enough, say, they didn't man or suffer. They didn't man. Me can't suffer, me can't play with soft methods of food. Me can't suffer traditional suffer. I say Bible, Old Testament, you can't be a prophet. Well, you don't ask yourself which church. They were traditional people. They were religious. They were not religious people. They were spiritual and herbal people. And what they are buying inside there, is there not in that in Galilee? They were using traditional means of helping people, and they were using the spiritual means of connecting to God for His people. And in those times, things were genuine. And then, the set of people who brought the New Testament came with a new agenda altogether. And then you need that ancient God anymore. And they be a Jesus. And I'm actually good at what time you get it.
Okay, so I think you've heard what Adu-Boafo said on belief. We are going back to our discussion on dwarf. So are dwarfs positive or negative spirits or energy?
Dwarf positive
or negative spirits?
That would be difficult for me to say because I'm not a dwarf, so I can't tell whether dwarfs are positive energy or negative. One thing I know is positive and negative depend on intention, right? Until when you have a dwarf you are purposely using to take revenge of certain things, then you don't expect that one to be very positive for you. If you have a dwarf that you use to scam people, it's not a dwarf that you expect positive from. Okay. Understand positivity or maybe positive energy in angle that something that can be done in a secret or open way to help somebody. Somebody's business, somebody's marriage, somebody's lifestyle, somebody's career, somebody's lifespan. But any other thing you do that does not benefit the person, rather harm the person, stress the person, depress the person, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, then it's of negative energy. So me, I can't say dwarfs are of possible energy. It depends on the one worshipping them. For you send most of the intention and they respond to the intention for you. But let me also ask you, are human beings positive energy or negative energy people? Human beings.
Alright, so humans, per our nature, we can be both positive and negative.
So, per creation's law or law of nature, dwarfs or spirit can just be equally like human, if not more. And the more is they can be visible. We cannot be visible unless you have an eye to take things off.
Alright, but do we have a set of dwarfs who are naturally inclined to positive?
Yes, a lot of them.
And some are inclined to negative.
Yes. You want phobia on ma. And found them my mere soften, papa is soften, bride soften, sister is soften, Jimmy.
Okay.
Work on them. Any phobia and found sending papa some bosom, my mission bosom, let 20 sisters mean as a bosom. Or good and a positive energy, or you can't change it. You see, one strange thing about this energy, we don't have power over it so much. They are being controlled by your thought. And if you want us to do interviews that will help mass of people who love to seek knowledge, oh yeah, it's a positive thought, right? To help masses. So that energy, I have the negative, I'll say no to you. We should do magic, we should do money ritual, put it on YouTube, plenty people watch, but everybody needs money. And that thing will not help anybody, that's negative. So they are dwarfs that are formed. I don't want to use the word created. Humans are created. They were formed to be good. Some were formed to destroy. Some were formed to help people. Some were formed to heal people. Some were formed to tell secrets of ancient times. So they have been there before your great grandfathers. And when you go to them, they'll tell you those secrets. You need to hear.
Okay, so of what benefits are dwarfs to humanity?
I can't pinpoint, I can't name them. Depending on whatever you are seeking for, depending on whatever you are looking for, whatever you are knocking for. But me, I can't tell you. You see, let's talk about soldier, military. But there are plenty soldiers in town. Mm-hmm. Some are from different homes. Now let me ask you, what is the benefit of the military to the soldiers? There are plenty poor soldiers in my hometown, the W's retired ones, but there are few successful ones. So what's the difference?